Welcome to another video on labor economics. In this video, we will learn about shifts in labor supply. When and why labor supply curve shift either to the right or to the left. Labor supply curve shift when one of non-wage determinant of labor supply changes. So the question is, what are those non-wage determinant of labor supply? Here are some examples of non-wage determinant of labor supply. When one of these factors or these forces changes, so it will shift the labor supply curve either to the right or to the left. Let's start and talk about each of them in detail. For example, the first one or the first non-wage determinant of labor supply is wage of substitute occupation. When there is a close substitute occupation for the current labor market, so when the wage of substitute occupation changes, increase or decrease, the labor supply curve in the existing labor market will shift. For example, let's talk about people who are working in a customer service or market research. Consider customer service as a current market and marketing research as a substitute occupation. When the wage rate for marketing researchers increase, for the marketing researcher increase, so more people will shift from the customer service occupation to market research occupation. Thus, the labor supply in customer service market will shift from this point to the left. So the labor supply curve will shift from labor supply curve of 1 to labor supply curve of 3. What is the second non-wage determinant of labor supply? The second non-wage determinant of labor supply is barriers to entry. If the skill requirement, education requirement, and experience requirement for entering a particular labor market changes, or if the strictness of entering to a labor market changes, if the labor market in a particular market become more strict, so the barrier increase, it means less people are willing to enter to this labor market. Then again, labor supply curve will shift to the left. Labor supply curve will shift to the left. The third one, or the third example of non-wage determinant of labor supply is non-monetary benefits of job. For example, health insurance the firms or companies provide for laborers, and paid vacation which they provide, training opportunities which they provide for their workers, flexible job according to flexible location and flexible time. So then when the non-monetary benefits of a job increase, so now more people want to enter to this particular labor market. Then the labor supply curve will shift to the right. Now labor supply curve will shift from L1 to L2. From L1 to L2. The next example of non-wage determinant of labor supply is improvement in labor scale. When more people acquire the skills which are required for entering a labor market, that means when the accumulation of skills for entering to a particular labor market increase, more people acquire the skill requirement of a particular labor market, then labor market curve again will shift to the right. Labor market curve will move from L1 to L2. And the fifth example is the value of leisure time. If people value leisure less, if people value leisure time less, so they want to work more. So the labor supply will increase or will move from the L1 to L2. Another case, when people value leisure time more than working in the labor market, then by increasing the value of leisure time, people are willing to supply less labor into the labor market. So then the labor market curve will shift to the left from L1 to L2. And the last example here is the size of the working population. When the size of the working population changes, for example, if the size of the working population increases, so now there are more people to enter to the labor market and supply their labor forces. So then the labor supply curve will shift to the right. For example, if more migrants come to the country, so then the working population will increase because now the migrant plus native working population, so the overall working population will increase. So the labor supply curve will shift to the right. Will shift to the right. So another case, when the working population decrease, when the working population decrease, so the labor supply curve will shift to the left. So it depends on the type of effect of each non-wage determinant of labor supply. Some of increase in some of the non-wage determinant of labor supply will shift the labor supply curve to the right, but some of them will shift to the left. The next question, why labor supply curve either shift to the right or shift to the left? The answer is that because now people may want to supply more labor or less labor with any given level of wages. In case L2 and L3, people are willing to supply more or less labor than L1 with giving wage level of W1. In L2S, labor supply curve of 2, people are willing to supply more labor with a giving wage level of W1. But in L3S, or labor supply curve of 3, and compared to labor supply curve of 1, people are willing to supply less labor with giving level of wages. I hope it's clear for you that when and why labor supply curve shift either to the left or to the right. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscription of my YouTube channel, and I hope that you enjoy next videos as well. Till next video, see you.